So here I am again at the operations number 2, that is marketing in our legacy brand leader portal. So here, this is my favorite section because marketing is like my love. So quick backstory, I have been doing marketing since I was probably 24. I actually went to school studying marketing management, and I also, being a writer and a copywriter, and for so long, you kind of work on the other side of marketing where, you know, when you write the content, they're marketing it for you. So you kind of get an inside scoop working in that. Well, when I did because I worked so closely with a lot of business owners to deliver the copy. I a lot of times worked as an editor and a marketer and a consultant. So my experience is really versatile in this marketing realm, and I'm so stoked to have been able to experience corporate marketing and e-commerce marketing, social media marketing, digital marketing. I have a lot of experience because I've worked at so many different businesses. I know retail, I know small business, in person, and email marketing. So a lot of the back end things that not many people know, because I think a lot of marketers may have started outside of corporate. I do know the corporate marketing, and I was thankful to even work at Big Pharma, where I learned how to coordinate global projects and really learn the importance of data tracking, measuring efforts, and keeping everything organized. So that was the really the experience that takes the cake, was working at Big Pharma and learning all the different moving pieces under one marketing department and how to manage it. So without further ado, that's basically operations 2, what you learn in it. And this is one of the longest sections in the portal because of that. So one of the things we teach is a buyer's journey, and this is the concept of why you need to market a certain way. If you start doing things without understanding why you're doing them, it's going to be incomplete, and you're going to reach a dead end where you can't get to the next step in your activities because you're like, oh wait, I don't know why I started this. And so one thing I pride about with the portal I've developed is that my clients always know what they're doing, why they're doing it, and what's coming next. So they, in turn, when they come to step in the future, I can refer them back to the resources they've already built, and processes they've already created. And the moment they start building, they implement it into their business immediately. It's not like you look at the course or look at the content and watch the video and can't do it right then. No, I provide you everything there so you can just do it and get going to it. So I think that's really exciting. So anyway, the buyer's journey, if you don't know about it, it can also be called the customer journey, but it is a really well-known thing oftentimes in sales and corporate marketing. And this is the simplest way to put it, I believe. The corporate journey is the buyer's journey is the skin that holds everything together in a tidy package. It's the skin that allows people to be present from one stage to the next until they become a customer. They start out as prospects and then they become customers. And so I found that while the buyer's journey is such a large concept, the easiest way to break it down is to start educating. Well, wait, how are they going to understand when people can become customers and leads and prospects if they don't know the terminology? So as a marketer, I of course teach what is a prospect, what is a lead, what is a customer, and when does a prospect become a lead? When does a lead become a customer? And the cool thing is that's when your processes come in. It's actually up to you to determine when prospects become become leads and leads become customers. So you determine the whole journey, and that's why I love business, because it's so creative and there are no rules. So I give you the structure, but it's like a blank canvas that you can paint on. So This is a cool video. I actually created a spreadsheet where, so now before it's mindset and now it's getting to the habits of, we're going to choose, now that you did the branding section, you know your avatars, you know your ideal clients, you're going to choose exactly who to reach out to, and we're going to practice filling out our spreadsheet so we're tracking data and tracking our conversations, which is very important. So that's really in a nutshell what the marketing section does, but let's continue to the next section, because in the remember I said I teach prospect, lead, customer. You have to know those terms, right? In the customer journey, it's about you guys, I meant in the prospect journey, I actually teach you how to talk to customers, and that's really exciting, because how many people don't reach out because they don't know what to say, or and you don't know what to say because you didn't ask yourself the right questions. So one of the key things I write, and I think it's in, is it in the next video? I think it's in the next section. The key questions to ask yourself are this. You will not be ready to sell to someone until you have these marketing processes in place. And in order to have the marketing and process in place, which determines when someone converts from a prospect to a lead, or from a lead to a customer, you have to ask yourself these questions here. How can I add value to my prospect in a one-on-one interaction? What will I need to deliver that value to that value to my prospect in one interaction? So not only are we sending messages and tracking them, but we're also creating resources. Hello, that's huge. Resources that you can use for your clients, that you can give people. So you're really building value, and the value is not you reaching out. The value is what you can give to them and how you can help them, even if they don't work with you. Is there something that they can take away from you without them being a client? And that's what I help people do in the marketing section. So that's really cool. Fun fact about this portal, there are some rerouting options, because we may have different priorities. So while everything's in the same order, I do allow you to skip ahead, but you will have to go back and complete the sections you skipped. So it's still like a managed skip ahead, but at least it's a little bit of flexibility there. And we're almost actually done scrolling through marketing section 2, operations 2, I should say. So after I walk you through creating a spreadsheet and documenting sales activities with the prospect journey, the lead journey, and the customer journey, we finish the buyer's journey with that skin, right? So imagine the prospect journey, the lead journey, and the customer journey are like the systems of our body. We have the neurological system, the digestive system, the circulatory system, probably way more systems that I don't know about. And then the skin holds it all together. So everything's working underneath here, right? But we don't see it working because of our skin. And skin's a whole other system in itself. But anyway, the buyer's journey is like that. So now we did those 3 processes, and now we put the buyer's journey. The skin is the content. So we have these back-end processes in a spreadsheet we created, and the skin is the content. The skin is the social media. The skin is the images. And now, instead of just posting images just to post it, or just to appear on Facebook or LinkedIn or anywhere just to be present, you're now posting with more strategy and intention, and you know exactly why and why you're posting and what you can get from it. So now, finally, your posting is measurable. It's measurable, and that will give you a lot of time and clarity back in your day. So that's really cool. Next section is, so I keep saying I was a copywriter. So one of the things that I loved doing most was writing and really getting into people's heads. And when you're marketing yourself, you have to be good at that. You have to know your audience. And more importantly, you have to know why people should work with you. You have to know what you're delivering. What is your value? And call to actions are super important. So now, I take you from, okay, understanding the best strategy to post and giving you intention and direction, so you're not just posting like a chicken with your head cut off. Well, now we get to the content side of things where it's like, okay, cool, now I can test when my content is or isn't working. So now not only do I know what to post and why I'm posting it, now I know what to say. Like, hallelujah, that's amazing. So here we go. We get more resources now to plan the content, plan the calls to action so they're powerful and effective. And because a lot of marketing is just testing, it's just trying something and testing it. So test your call to actions. I give you formulas, again, the right questions to ask yourself so you can lead yourself to become a better writer, and become a better marketer, and to become more confident in marketing yourself. And then I'm really stoked about 2.7. This is the website. Okay, I use Squarespace because I literally have consulted for people since 2014, and they always wanted Squarespace. I've worked in WordPress, I've worked in Wix, I've worked in Weebly, I've worked in GoDaddy. I've worked with developers too, but the best platform I've ever experienced is Squarespace. To this day, I have not met customer service or user friendliness that beats Squarespace. I love how Squarespace is very simple. So Squarespace is like for creatives, it's really easy. And WordPress, is like, that's like the other giant, right? WordPress is for like developers and coders. It's very technological. They nickel and dime you, but it's really great if you are a coder and a developer. But for creatives, which are the people who I tend to work with, this is great. And everyone, I never hear a complaint. And so it's really awesome. But this is a course that I created actually 2 years ago. And up until this day, it's very compatible with what I'm teaching. And the great thing is, even if you do have a website and you don't want to use Squarespace, you can still use this course. You would just not need to finish all the lessons because not all will apply to you, but still 3 of the 5 lessons will apply to you to help you create a website that will actually convert to people. So this is great. So basically this whole marketing section, by the time you're done with it, you're going to have things set up where that your only job will be, you'll have resources, you will have campaigns, you'll have content, you'll have posts. So all this is setting up is that it's setting you up to direct traffic easily to specific places online. And you can use the same concepts for offline as well. It's the same thing. So I feel like I've been, let's see, going in circles with this one. All right. Oh yeah. So that's what, that is what the marketing section is. And this is a very long section, so I'm going to stop here. This is, this is this is probably one of the most important sections in the portal. And just a disclaimer for anyone who doesn't have a website yet or is questioning, do I start selling or do I get a website? Do I need a website to sell? The answer is no. Actually, I'll tell you why I have this portal in the order I do. From a marketing perspective, like if I was the director of marketing and can have a bird's eye view of the entire organization and all the activities going on, it's most wise to start using what you have to do what you can. So what do we have for free? Usually it's social media, and social media, right? Usually it's just social media. And so what you do is, everything I teach is, we're learning processes that you can use through social media. Then the point of a website is, you don't want it to be a sitting duck. You want it to integrate with the processes you've created so it can funnel in people from social media and all these places. And so that people are then leave social media and now they're going to your website for resources. They're not going to social media for your resources. They're becoming members of your website. They're trusting you. You are credible now. You're an authority. You're a thought leader. And once you have continued high quality organic traffic to your site, you're setting yourself up then to become an empire, because your website, once it gets consistent, organic, high quality leads, it can be monetized for the long term. So that's why I set things up the way I do, because everything, I'm always thinking long term. And we don't want you to rely on social media for your business, because then you're building social media's business, right? You're working for Mark Zuckerberg. No, no, no. We're building our own business. So we want all the data. We want all the leads. We want all the conversations. And so you're setting up your own community. And so that's really exciting. So don't get the website first, get it last. Make sure you have processes in place for lead generation, for sales, that you know what you're doing. So then when you get your website up, you're like, boom. Now, instead of using Facebook to message people, I'm going to bring people to my website and talk to them there. You see what I mean? So your traffic, now you're shortening the buyer's journey. You're just cutting steps out of the process and making the pathway shorter so you can talk to them faster. And so that way you're engaging with them one-on-one without any interference from other people on the social media platforms or from the algorithms. And that's the whole goal of a website. Okay, it's not just to have a pretty looking page. So that's it. Last section of marketing. So